Hey guys, Steve Bates with KPMG with another special edition of CIO Real Insights. Throughout this series, we've highlighted a wide variety of practical tips and insights for the CIO to consider when navigating COVID-19. In this week's video, we're going to bring all those points together and discuss the implications on the IT operating model within the new reality. And while there are many paths towards IT transformation, and we're all making adjustments, in the end, all roads lead to the operating model. With every change you make to navigate the COVID-19 crisis, you will impact your IT operating model across multiple dimensions, including process, technology, governance, people, service delivery, performance insights, and data. And for many organizations, the future is suddenly now, with their physical, virtual, and digital worlds dramatically converged and requiring scale overnight. For many companies, hundreds of IT activities and priorities are being executed across the organization simultaneously. But is it sustainable? Let's talk about 4 steps that you can use in this moment that matters to create a transformative event, embedding the changes you want and discontinuing the things that are less valuable going forward. Step 1, understanding the nature of work going forward. There's an increasingly common myth that the new reality post-COVID-19 is largely a technology play through a proliferation of digital solutions. And while tech certainly is an important enabler, the real movement is happening as the nature of work itself is redefined. When running the business of IT, the IT value chain covers a large span of processes and ways of working, from ideation all the way through continuous improvement. So, where do IT leaders start? Before jumping into architectures, platforms, and tooling, leading companies will seek to fully understand the span of work that is being impacted and then critically challenge themselves by asking, going forward, what is the work we do and how does it add value? As measured by what? Recognizing that the values and priorities may have changed significantly. Who should execute this work? Where and how should it be performed? Asking these questions through the lens of a detailed, process-centric value chain framework allows you to look at the entire universe of work that IT does to support the enterprise and make fully informed decisions on important elements that impact the overall user experience, cost, and risk. Step 2, determining what levers to pull and where. For most companies, the days of a homogeneous single-speed IT operating model are gone. COVID-19 has painfully illustrated a variety of failure points across the core. With the prospect of an even more digitally connected enterprise, but with limited resources and constrained capital, how do you make the right decisions for the enterprise without under-delivering? In our videos about prioritizing work and preserving your transformation programs, we talked about taking a business-centric portfolio view of the IT estate. When looking to improve the operating model, prioritize levers that advance the strategy in the new reality, such as resiliency, agile ways of working, speed to market, or cost competitiveness. Here's an example. A traditional grocer that has experienced a surge in online ordering, curbside pickup, and remote delivery may have stood up a fully digital business in weeks. But is it sustainable from an IT perspective? While the overall tech stack might be working, it will be critical that IT, the business, and suppliers can adopt new skills, tools, and integrated ways of working like Agile and DevOps to run at market speed. The CIO, portfolio owner, and internal audit should look at the risk landscape of the new business model and adjust governance and controls for faster decision-making while remaining secure and in compliance. Finance should be consulted on changes to their IT funding, budgeting, and planning processes to support a new high-speed portfolio. The data supply chain will need to take advantage of a new set of internal and external data sets to support better forecasting, customer analysis, and insights into supply chain performance. They'll need to team with HR to assess the impact and implications on learning paths, reskilling, and organizational design implications of differently structured teams. These are just a few impacts on the IT function stemming from one rapid change in the business. In this example, we pulled levers across the whole operating model to support this portfolio, including changing the service delivery model, the process and policies layer, assessing the impact to governance and controls, enhancing data and insights, changing ways of working and reskilling specific team members, and updating and integrating the technology stack. So do all portfolios in the business require the same shift? No. The point here is that instead of making broad, general changes to how all of IT operates, be targeted, carefully selecting priority portfolios first and then pulling levers that incrementally lock in new ways of working on the most important tech stacks. In doing so, recognize that more often than not, any major change to one layer of the operating model causes ripple effects across other layers. They're all connected. Step 3. Decide what to stop. For many companies, IT has earned an unfortunate reputation as an organization famous for being slow or saying no, but hasn't figured out how to stop or cancel anything they've started. And this trait extends to all parts of the IT function. From a myriad of architectural standards, duplicative applications and suppliers, sprawling infrastructure, disparate ways of working, inconsistent cultural and performance standards, widely varied leadership styles, IT could be considered a technology museum that has collected at least one of everything. When considering all the new things you want your future operating model to do, apply the same energy and rigor to determine what needs to stop or is no longer relevant. Examples might be, can you stop doing backward-looking reporting meetings fixated on variance from plan and instead focus on shorter, forward-looking sessions that address urgent issues? Would it be possible to overweight team goals versus individual performance metrics to incentivize collaboration? Could you reduce the complexity of your governance by streamlining your steering committees, change boards, and design authorities? The takeaway here is that to emerge from this situation in more competitive stance, the changes you are making to your IT operating model today need to include shedding historical baggage, not adding yet another layer over the top. Step 4. Even with uncertainty, now is the time to think about the future. All organizations are experiencing similar short-term and long-term macroeconomic conditions created by COVID-19. As we've shared during this series, all companies are moving through the phases of reaction, resilience, recovery, and the new reality. While we've discussed a lot of common themes across these stages, it is clear that there will be different priorities and pathways for every organization depending on your sector, company, region, and maturity of your operating model. That being said, the transformation you're experiencing now should be informed by your best estimate on what recovery looks like for you. And regardless of when it arrives, having a future of your organization's new reality will inform the first 3 steps of what we discussed today. In our next series, IT and the New Reality, we will deep dive into different recovery patterns and explore specific solutions for each and how they would apply to your industry. We got a lot more short videos on our COVID-19 CIO Real Insights page. And remember, at any time, if you need help, just click the link on this page and get connected to an expert for more advice and support on your situation. We hope you found this series helpful. And until next time, thanks for watching. Stay healthy.